Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another edition of GilTalks Sports. This time coming to you from the brand new facility here at College Station, as the Cougars are going to take on a tough game today against Huntsville. And with me, of course, is the coach of the Lady Cougs himself, Vinnie Carreon. And Vinnie, thanks again for joining us here in the pregame.
Hey, thanks for coming out again, Gil. Always enjoy when you come out and broadcast our games.
Well, I appreciate that. You know, we try to do our best. I don't think you ever get to listen to them, though, because you're playing them.
Yeah, you know, I was telling Tom the other day, I was like, I've never gotten to listen to Gil on the air, but I get to watch your interviews, so I know your personality, and I bet the listeners have a good time.
Well, we try to call the balls and strikes. That's
right. There you go, yeah.
So today we have the team from Huntsville coming all the way up here to play you guys. And what do you know about them?
They're going to play hard. They played Lake Creek on Tuesday night, and they were in a pretty tight ball game early. Kind of got away from them at the end, but you know, same deal last time we were over there at their place. I think the score ended up 10-0, but it was 4-0 after 3 or 4 innings. So you know, they're gonna play us tough, and if we don't do our job, we're gonna be in for a ball game.
All right, well, let's go ahead and take a look at those District 17 standings now as they sit tonight. Of course, you're talking about Lake Creek. They're kind of like Superman.
Yeah, they're tough. They're always tough, and you know, we got to handle our business today, and then we get a crack at them next week.
8-0 in the district right now, followed by some team from College Station.
Yeah. We you know, we were a game behind. We dropped one on Tuesday. Montgomery came out and played a really good game against us. Coach Moore did a good job getting her kids ready, and I didn't do such a good job getting our kids ready, and they jumped on us at their place 4-0. So we fell a game back. So we're a couple of games behind them now, and need some help if we want to win the district. But you know, like I said, we got to take care of Huntsville tonight, and for Tuesday to really matter for us.
Well, somebody's got to knock off Lake Creek, and then sitting in third is Consol at 5-2, Montgomery 4-5, Brenham at 3-5, and then Huntsville, tonight's team, 2-6. Their only 2 victories were against Rudder, which is 0 forever.
Yeah, they Rudder struggles. They're struggling this year, but Brenham played Brenham really tight the first round through. I think they lost in 10 innings. And like I said, they've been in a lot of good ball games, and Coach Bohannon does a good job over there, and so I know those kids are going to be ready to go tonight.
Yeah, and we're going to be talking with Coach Bohannon in a couple of minutes here. This part of the season, though, what's your coaching philosophy? What are practices like?
You know, I mean, right now we're doing a lot of the things that we normally do, but we try to lay back a little bit. The kids have been going hard every day since January 9th, and so we've talked about their bodies getting tired and make sure they're getting the rest they need at home and eating the right things when they're at home. We've also shortened practice by about 30 minutes, and we're letting them wear shorts a couple of days a week since it's getting a little warmer, and just to keep them fresh and try to take care of our business and get done as soon as we can so they can get home and eat dinner with their parents and get their schoolwork done. But ultimately at this time, you know, we put ourselves in a good position to be in the postseason. And so now we're starting to get ready, and while taking care of our business in district, also starting to look a little bit ahead and cleaning up some things that we need to be ready to make a little run.
And of course, stay off the skateboards.
Absolutely, yeah. You know, there's a time that the kids, summertime's coming, they want to jump in the pools and do all the fun stuff. And you know, you want them to be kids, but you want them to be careful and have a good time, because what we're doing on Tuesdays and Fridays is important. And so, absolutely, we want them to be kids and have a great time, but always have this in the back of their mind when they're ready to go.
Well, I'm sure over the years you've had that situation where somebody got injured, doing something silly.
Yeah, and that's why you always got to have kids ready. You know, the kids who maybe aren't playing all the time and maybe are just waiting for an opportunity. Unfortunately, sometimes that comes because somebody's gotten injured, and you know, it's next man up. They got to be ready to go.
Next man up, that's right. Well, the next man up for us here on the GilTalks Sports Show is going to be the Huntsville coach. Now, does he go by Cole or Coleman?
Cole. He goes by Cole. Coach Bohannon is Cole, yeah. And great guy.
Okay.
A lot of fun to mess with, but like I said, he does a good job over there. The kids are going to be ready to go.
Well, we're going to meet him right after this break. And I forgot to mention that this episode is brought to you by Gilmore Electric Express. That's my bad. But I'll throw the logo up there, and of course, we'll hear from Gilmore Electric Express right now as we get ready to go over to the Huntsville side of the field and talk to Coach Cole Bohannon right here on GilTalks Sports. We'll be right back.
There are tons of different electric companies to choose from. So how are we any different? At Gilmore Electric Express, we treat your home like it was our own. We know every issue is different, so we personally handpick our technicians to make sure each job is done properly and efficiently. Rest assured, there won't be any surprises when it comes to the cost. You'll see and approve your price, so you know exactly what you'll pay before the work even starts. Our job isn't done until you're completely satisfied. Don't settle for less. Call Gilmore Electric Express today.
Welcome back to GilTalks Sports here from College Station today. With us is the Huntsville coach, Bohannon. And Coach, welcome to College Station.
Great to be here.
You know, it's such a nice field to play on now. They spent a lot of money on that, and we got 2.5 inches of rain today.
Yeah.
So if we didn't have that artificial field, I don't know where we'd be playing the game.
We play in Huntsville. We got a turf field over there.
There you go. You have to go to Huntsville.
Yes, sir.
And I forgot to mention, this edition is brought to you by the Tilted Pint, so we'll take care of that business. Now, it's not your first year coaching, right? You say you've been coaching about 9 years?
Yes, sir.
And what's the fun of that for you?
Just seeing the kids whenever they graduate and go on, you know, some of them already have families, and when they come back and say, you know, Coach, you impacted my life in a great way, and, you know, that makes me feel really, really good. You know, wins are really, really important, but if you can grow these kids and whenever they graduate and go do great things in society, that's a win for me. And so I try to do that, try to instill that in all these girls. And, you know, I did football for the first 4 years in Huntsville. You know, I was around guys all the time too. And, you know, just seeing them grow up and be able to just text you and say, hey, Coach, you know, I'm so glad you did this. You impacted me in this way. And, you know, for me, that's what it's all about.
Well, they are impressionable at that age. And a lot of times they may not have that leadership figure in their life, or the relatives or parents or whatever. And so that's kind of a gap you have to fill.
Oh, yeah, for sure, for sure. And, you know, Huntsville's a very unique place. And, you know, we have a lot of girls that, you know, whenever they show up, they're ready to go and they give you their all. You know, at some schools, you don't have that. And, you know, for me being here for 5 years, that's a big testament. That's as long as I've been in anywhere I've stayed, you know, and it's because of the kids at the school. It's because of the kids in athletics. And, you know, they really drive me to try to be better at my job. I do stuff after we get out of practice, and I search a lot of stuff up just to learn the game a little bit more for myself. You know, I try to instill that in these girls, and they've done a great job so far. You know, the wins have been few and far between right now, but, you know, we're a young team, and we're getting better as the days go on. And, you know, I can't be more than happy to say that right now I think we're playing our best ball, and, you know, I hope that shows tonight.
And of course, you were saying that you did a couple years with the boys on baseball.
Yes, sir, I did. I played college baseball, and I did my first 5 years or 4 years. I did high school baseball. Got out whenever I came to Huntsville, whenever our AD said, I think I'm going to put you in softball. At first, I was like, I don't know anything about softball. But, you know, he trusted me. And then, you know, I took a year off from softball and went and did baseball in Huntsville. You know, we made the playoffs. It was a great year. And then our head coach left, and, you know, he kind of came to me, and I talked to him, and he's like, you know, I think we're going to offer you the job. And I was like, you know, it's my first time being a head coach. I was nervous, but, you know, I've kind of grabbed the reins and took it and put it in my own program. And, you know, I'm glad I'm here. Sometimes I miss being around the football boys and baseball boys just because that's what I did for so long. But being around these girls, they make you really appreciate a lot of things. And so I'm happy to be where I'm at right now.
Well, it's basically the same game. There are some nuances, 60 feet, the bigger ball, and they don't hit it as far.
Yeah.
The ball doesn't, you know, when they're pitching or you get a foul ball, you know, you got to keep your head on a swivel in the dugout.
Yes, you do.
Because it'll be taking it off. But other than that, it's a lot of the same strategy, isn't it?
It is. I do a lot of baseball stuff. Some softball coaches don't incorporate a lot of baseball stuff, but, you know, I have a baseball background, and if I feel like that's going to put us in the best position, that's what I'm going to do. And, you know, our girls at first didn't understand it, and, you know, I kind of explained it and shortened it up for them, and, you know, they kind of grabbed a hold of it. You know, we do double cuts at times. They hated it last year. We started this year, and they went straight to a double cut.
Right.
And, you know, that's just something they've learned and they've gotten better at. You know, but everything to me is really the same other than the bases are shorter. You
ball is
you
bigger.
throw underhand, and baseball you throw overhand. To me, it's all the same. But it's been a blessing so far.
All right, Coach. Well, I want to take a few minutes and come on over and get to know you a little bit better, let the community meet you. And
Yes, sir.
Of course, Huntsville's a very small community.
Yeah, it is. We're very tight knit.
So I hope we get some Huntsville fans to tune into our GilTalks Sports segment each week here before each game. Of course, tonight, like I said, we're in College Station. I'm not sure I'll get an assignment to go out to Huntsville, but if we do, I'll be looking forward to that and checking you guys out there.
You're going to want to come see the ballpark. It's one of the best.
Well, I just do what I'm told.
Hey, sometimes I do the same.
Amen.
Sometimes I do the same. You got a wife and 2 kids. Sometimes you got to do that.
That's right. Okay, there he is. Take a good look at him. Coach Cole
Bohannon.
There you go.
Yeah. Thank y'all.
Spelled kind of weird.
Yeah, a little different.
A little different. But here he is today. He's going to be taking on College Station, and we'll see how that game all works out. Stick with us. After we thank our sponsor, then we'll be ready for player introductions and the first pitch right here on DCSBall.com. We'll be right back. This edition of GilTalks Sports is presented by the Tilted Pint. Established in 2018, the Tilted Pint is locally owned and operated in the perfect place to gather, unwind, and recharge. It's a New World style English pub with a cozy, inviting neighborhood atmosphere, a fun place to meet your friends after work or make new ones.
Good evening and welcome to the Tilted Pint, where we gather, unwind, and recharge. And on the first and third Wednesdays, it's Tilted Trivia. And then on the second and fourth Wednesdays, we still have game night for music bingo.
It's the Tilted Pint, the perfect place to gather, unwind, and recharge. Welcome to the GilTalks post-game show here. And what an exciting game. College Station coming out with the win 1-0. And joining me in the post-game is that only one run that they scored, Callia Carreon. And Callia, welcome to GilTalks Sports.
Thank you.
Wow. You know, you only need one run to win.
Yes, sir.
But it's nerve-wracking when that's the only run you got and you get all those zeros up on the scoreboard going into the 7th inning.
Yes, sir. I think also scoring one in only the first inning and not being able to score after. I think Addie threw great, so I think that was helpful. I mean, yeah, it really was just hitting was down today, but one run got it done. So.
Well, I don't know if it was the hitting was down, but Parker threw a good game.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, she really got strong, and she gave up that one run and had a couple of people on in that first inning, and you left some people on base in the other innings. But let's go through that first inning. You're the leadoff batter, so that's your job really to get on.
Yes, sir.
So I think it was your speed that got you to first base, though.
Yeah, I mean, a little air, but I think there's just a little pressure on it.
Yeah, and then you got to first base, and then you advance the second, and then Aguilar comes up and gets a base hit to bring you in.
Yes, sir. I think having our lineup is just really good right now. I mean, our lineup is just everyone is where they're supposed to be and what's supposed to be, and I think being able to even make the little things into big things that help score is very big. Even if it's an error, we're still able to score on it and make it what it is.
Well, along those lines, Schilling pitched a great game.
Yes, sir.
With 6 strikeouts, 7 strikeouts, excuse me. And but even when she was pitching, she let the ball get hit into play. It was you and Aguilar on this side that were really gobbling up a lot of those balls.
Yes, sir. I mean, like I said, Addie threw really good, and I think a lot of the ground balls, I mean, our defense is solid right now. Oh, I'm sorry. But our defense is solid right now, and I think just having, like, those easy ground balls, I mean, Addie threw great, and the 7 strikeouts were good, and everyone did their part on defense today. So, I mean, the 0 proves that. It's just the one that was really important today for us.
Well, because you only need one to win.
Yes, sir.
So when you're playing shortstop, what's your tendency? You really don't know these batters that well to play them in the hole or over to second or cheat one way or the other.
Mm-hmm.
So what's your thought process?
I mean, I kind of just figured, I mean, there are 2 holes left-handed, so I usually shift to the right because Addie was mostly throwing outside on those balls. But I knew, I mean, based on just how all the other outs were, I knew they were going to pull it a lot because I was throwing really good today and was working all sides of the play, and so everyone was early. So I knew that if I shifted this way, it'd work me a lot this way over here with Amber.
Right, and a couple times you had to go into the hole to grab those and still pick it up. And how comforting is that to know that you got Aubrey Litton over there at first base?
Oh, she's helpful. I told her the other game that like all my balls, like they're all meant to go straight to her. Now if they're in the ground, they're in the ground. I'm sorry, but she does a really good job over there, and she makes all of us look good. So
in the ground, high, off to her left. I mean, she was grabbing them all. Even caught a pop-up fly that the catcher didn't get, and she came in. So just an outstanding. But I just was thinking during the game how easy that is for you, because no matter where you throw it, I mean, you want to throw it good every time over there, but sometimes you're in a hurry, you're off balance, and you just want to get it over there. But Litton is able to scoop it up and get them in time.
Yes, sir.
So lots of fun then playing with her.
Yes, sir.
All right, well, listen, we wanted to get you out here in front of the camera a little bit and let the community get to see you. This is the only run that mattered tonight in the 1-0 victory over the Hornets. Callia Carreon, the shortstop for the Cougars. So thanks for joining us.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me.
All right, so that'll wrap it up here tonight on Good Friday is tomorrow, so happy Easter to everybody out there. Happy Easter to you.
Thank you. Too.
And the kids will have off school tomorrow. There'll be no games. We'll see you back on Tuesday. I don't know what my assignment's going to be. Tom hasn't told me yet, but wherever it is, be sure to tune into BCS Ball. Then, of course, go to the GilTalks Sports pre- and post-game show on all the social medias, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and now on TikTok. Lots of softball, baseball action still coming up here for the rest of the season, District 17 on BCS Ball. I'm Gil Dominguez. Thanks for joining us here on GilTalks Sports, the post-game show. We'll see you next time.